Hello, 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 and welcome. All right. For some reason, I have been sitting here just waiting for 9 o'clock, and I kind of just zoned off a little bit. I'm all like, what time is it? And then I looked and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock. How much of you just watching me kind of zone out did you see? But anyway, all right. So here's the little behind the view of how I get ready every morning for our lives. And welcome, welcome, welcome to Wednesday morning live stream. Gray hair can do, gray hair and tattoos, whatever you want to call it. We are having a great live today because we have all sorts of things to cover. One thing we're going to do is we are going to be looking at some Amazon products today. One of my favorite things to do on TikTok is to look at all of these amazing things that people find. And I got to tell you, they found some amazing things. I found some amazing things. And we are going to take a look at that. I'm also going to tell you about my adventure that I had yesterday because yesterday I told you all I was going to the Gap. Good morning, Valerie. I told you all I was going to the Gap, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go to the Gap. Well, they didn't have a Gap. They had another store. So I can't tell you too much because that's going to be exciting, but I didn't go to the Gap. I went to, hello, Tiggy. I went to Old Navy instead. So I'll explain all of that. And then we're going to talk about some things that maybe that are trending on YouTube. We're going to get to some comments. I'm going to show you what I got yesterday. And I don't know, we're just going to have a fun Wednesday. You know, it's May. Yeah, it's May 10th to be exact. And I'm in Southern California. And in Southern California, we can't quite figure out if we're supposed to be springtime or if we're still in the cold autumn time. So today I have a perfect combination of both. I've got my really cute Free People oversized sweatshirt on, and then I'm pairing it with a pair of shorts. But wait, I'm also pairing it with a pair of Uggs. So I have the perfect combination again of spring, summer, fall kind of outfit. But the most important thing is I'm comfortable, and this is just the vibe that we're going to go with today. All right, so what are we going to start with? Let's just talk about yesterday first before we jump on to Amazon. So I told you all I was going to the Gap yesterday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how long has it been since I've been to a Gap? I can't even remember the last time I went to a Gap. So I had to go to the mall. I had to go to H&M because I returned all those things that didn't fit. And I'm like, okay, I had my GoPro and I'm like, Gap, here I come. So I'm walking all over the mall and I realize they don't have a Gap there. They have an Old Navy. And if I am, thank you, Courtney. And if I remember correctly, I think the Gap and the Old Navy are similar, are they not? So let's figure that one out because I need to stop giving misinformation. And I'm just not going to do that anymore. So let's see. Is Old Navy and the Gap the same thing? Because for me, it feels like it's the same thing. It says Gap was founded in 1969 and is headquarters. The company operates 4 divisions. Oh, okay. So the Gap is the parent company. And then they have they have different divisions of the Gap. They have the Gap, they have Banana Republic, they have Old Navy, which I did not realize that the Gap and the and the Banana Republic were the same company. And then something called Athleta, which I've never heard of. So I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if that's like a company that's on the East Coast. But regardless, so the Gap and Old Navy are very, very similar. So I'm like, all right, well, I said I was going to the Gap. I'm already here. There's no Gap, so we're just going to go to Old Navy. So I went in and, you know, a lot of they had some cute stuff. They had some cute stuff. And then they also had some stuff that is not my personal aesthetic. It's not really something like I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to have this. But the stuff was cute, and I did end up with one thing I ended up with one thing because I said I wasn't going to buy anything. And then yesterday, I was told to buy just one thing that I really liked. So I found this cute little denim mini dress. All right. I think this is super cute. It has the ties in the back. So how that benefits me is I have a real short torso. I have scoliosis, so my spine is curved, and so I have a real short torso. And what happens if I have items that are super fitted in my waist, they don't fit in my waist. You know, they'll be like here, and then this area right here is short, so then it's like all crunched up. So anyway, so I liked this dress again because it's like not real fitted in the waist and I can adjust the straps. But I thought that this was cute and I got it for 20% off. So originally it was $34.99 and I think I got it for $27. And it's super lightweight and I have not tried it on yet, but I think it's cute. Tiggy says, I always go to Old Navy outlet store, but I don't really find anything. And then she also commented, says, that looks like early 1990s style. It's cute. I think you'll rock it. Yeah, I was super excited about this one. So I picked this up. And then another thing that I picked up is I did not realize that they sold e.l.f. cosmetics. And you all know how much I love e.l.f. cosmetics. I think it's affordable. They're cruelty-free. They're vegan. And I wear it all the time. In fact, my eyeshadow look today, I went with the super blue eyeshadow because I don't know. I felt like being kind of bold with my eyeshadow today. And this is e.l.f. But I got a lip exfoliator. All right. So what this is this is like, I guess it's like a brown sugar scrub. And you put it on and then you go, and you rub your lips all around. And then you wipe it, you gently wipe it off. And then you put your lipstick on. Did I try it today? No. I wanted to show it to you first before I tried it. But I think if it works, I'm really going to like it because I always, whenever I go and I get my facial and I get my, what do I call it? A microdermabrasion. I always have her do my lips because sometimes I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I need to exfoliate my lips. We're going to leave it at that. So it's this cute little thing right here. And again, it's like brown sugar. So see, I was thinking that it was going to be all granularly, like, I don't know why I'm putting it up to my ear. Why do I think I can hear this? What am I doing? I'm all like, don't ask me why I do the things I do, but it's a cool idea and hopefully it works. And if it works and it makes my lips feel smooth, I will let you know. Then another thing, while I was standing there in line getting my one dress, they had these cute little these are little lip balms and these are just tiny little bite-sized lip balms. And I got one in the berry shade. They had a little bit of a lighter pink, which I thought would be too light. And then they also had like a tan one, but I got this one. I think it's just gonna be a nice little shine. This is just something that I know, I'm so weird sometimes, but this is just something that I'm gonna throw in my purse. So if I want a little lip balm, I can put that on. And also too, sometimes if like my cheeks get like, you can't really see the blush, I'll be like, and I'll put that there. So that's what I got. Now, another thing I really want to talk to you about the Old Navy is I did record it. I am working on my Shop With Me adventure in Old Navy, which I will have out today on YouTube. But not for any spoiler alerts, because you still have to watch it. The one thing that I did not care for was their shoes. And for some reason, I was really offended by their shoes. I'm all like, these shoes are not cute. I personally did not like their shoes. And so that's the one thing that I didn't really care for them. And then their kind of like, I don't know, kind of like their office wear was a little funky looking. But other than that, all their stuff was super cute. They had some stuff that looked a lot like Lululemon. They have really nice denim, like denim jackets. Their sundresses were really super cute. They had some cute like tennis dresses. So they did have some stuff along with the stuff that I didn't really like. Now, here's what really impressed me about that store that I want to talk to you about. It's when I was shopping through the store, I noticed that their sizes go from like 0 and 2 all the way up to 24, 28. So they had such a wide variety of sizes. And I'm shopping all the time. I mean, that's what I do. I shop, I bring you with me. And so I'm in all sorts of different stores. And I'm always sharing my shopping adventure. What brand is my sweatshirt? Really quick, what brand is my sweatshirt? This is a Free People sweatshirt, and it's called the Camden. Camden, Camden. They come in all sorts of different sizes. This is an extra small. They're super oversized. So I do, like I said, I do a lot of shopping, and I'm in stores all the time. And I never see any of the stores that carry that wide of a range of sizes. I mean, I was really impressed, and I really appreciated the fact that they weren't just targeting themselves to a certain demographic of people who could fit into a certain size. And so I was like, wow, this is really cool. So now you have to remember it's me in the store. So I'm like, this is so cool. I'm going to go tell somebody about this. So I found the manager, and I thanked her like she had anything to do with it, but I thanked her for the simple fact that they had such a wide variety of sizes. I mean, it was amazing. And she's like, yeah, she goes, we're definitely, that's what we do. We just don't want to keep anybody out. So then Susie says, I really hope Free People pick you up as a model. You know, I have been tagging them for 4 years and they don't. And you know what, truthfully, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. I still like their brand, and I'm still going to wear their clothes. One day they're going to catch on that a lot of women my age wear Free People, but that's on them. So I find the manager. All right, to back up a little bit. I find the manager, and I'm like, thank you so much. And she told me that that's what they do. And here's where I'm always learning something new, okay? Always something new. Is I told her when I was talking to her, I'm like, thank you very much for carrying plus sizes. I go, you have no idea how many times I'm like out shopping. I tell people about clothes. I tell people about a store. And then people come back at me and be like, well, they don't have my size. They only go up to a large or to an extra large. And I'm always like, oh, I'm so sorry, because it makes me feel bad. And then she tells me, she's like, thank you very much, but we don't call it plus size anymore. And I'm like, oh no, okay, well, I'm sorry, what do you call it? And what they call it is, I have it written down or not written down, but it's on my iPad. But the correct terminology now for plus size is called size inclusive fashion. All right, which I think is really cool because it's something where you don't have like that stigma of plus sizes. Was there a special reason you cut your hair? I just didn't like my hair before. So it made it really cool because not only do you not get labeled like a plus size, because sometimes people think a plus size is like a bad thing, which I don't really. It's whatever size is your size. But when it's size inclusivity, here, let me read it to you. It says, according to Fashion Network, size inclusivity, which I can't say, is more than just larger clothing sizes, and it offers zero forced similarities to pieces of fruit, like if you're an apple shape or if you have a pear shape. So it basically takes that stigma away and is just size inclusive fashion, meaning regardless of whatever size you are, there's no label associated to it. It's just your size, which I think is amazing. So Old Navy, Gap, Banana Republic, whatever part of that company that decided to embrace being realistic, then I think that that's amazing. And so again, thank you. And like I said, I felt compelled to say something positive to them. And, I'm sure that they get a lot of negativity all day long, but I just wanted to say thank you. All right, Tiggy says, should just be size, not anything else. Everyone is included now. Now it's the time for more petite length pants. Absolutely. So what I was doing before I came on here is that I was actually recording some things that I had just bought from Zara, because Zara has some really cool denim right now. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out the sizing on Zara's website. I just can't do it. I mean, it's either too big, too small, too short, or too long. So I cannot wrap my head around that. But one thing I did notice is that even if it was too tight, it was still too long. And, and a lot of times, like, I don't consider myself as a real petite frame. I consider myself having a normal frame. I'm just short. So if I go to the petite section, they make everything like this big. And I'm like, I'm not petite, I'm short. And so I've run into a lot of problems there also. Now, I did show you my dress, and I've had a lot of people comment to me about the simple fact that I never try anything on. If I'm in the store and I buy it, I don't try it on. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that I do. Tiggy says, how tall are you? I am 5 foot. I am 5'2" on a good day. I used to be 5'3", but with my scoliosis and just the simple fact that I'm aging, I'm now 5'2". Susie says, I can't figure out Chico's black-white sizes. Yeah, you know what? I just wish they would all get together. I personally think that people would buy more if there was a more universal sizing where it's like I can go to the Free People website, know what size fits there, and then shop everywhere. But that is absolutely not the case. And a lot of times, like when I'm out shopping, I'm at the grocery, at the Gap. I don't try things on at the grocery store, so I don't know why I said that. But when I'm out and I'm shopping, I don't like to try things on. I never go to the dressing room. I cannot remember the last time I tried something on before I bought it. And it's just a weird thing that I do. And I've been trying to figure out why. Why do I never try anything on? And I think part of it is because I shop so much online. I don't know why, but I think I know my sizes. And another reason is that a lot of times when I'm trying something on, I envision like it with a certain pair of shoes or, going with something else that I might not have with me. So I don't want to be like, oh yeah, no, it's going to go with that particular sweater or jacket I have. And then you get home and it doesn't go. So I wing it. You know what? I give it the old ocular pat down and I'm like, yep, this will work. Because yesterday when I was in line at Old Navy, I'm sitting there waiting my turn. And this is me. I'm all like, okay, yeah. I think this is, okay, yeah. Nope, that will fit. And then I'm like, yeah, that should fit. And the lady's looking at me and she's all like, and I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, no, I'm like mentally trying this on. So just give me a minute. And I ended up buying it in the piece that I thought. Tiggy says, I hate the dressing room too. The lighting is awful. Yeah. And you know what? It's to me, what happens is I'll go in the dressing room and I'll be like, yeah, this is perfect. I get home and I'm like, why did I buy it? So I don't even waste my time trying it on. Tiffany says, good morning, Lonni. Good morning, Tiffany. Susie, same for shoe sizes all over the place. Yeah. I typically am, well, I know for me, it helps to know that I'm a size 7 and then also a size 37. So I know my shoe size in the United States and I know the European shoe size, because what happens is sometimes you'll look and you'll be like, okay, well, I'm going to buy a size 7 shoe. But if you look at that compared to the European size, it could be size 38. Do you get what I'm saying? All right, let me try this one more time. So if you're shopping for shoes and you know you're a size 7, but you've never tried this brand before, double check and make sure. Lauren says scared of ghosts is going to try to grab your feet. Yeah, no, I keep my toes private and they only come out at the house. But okay, so you're size 7 and you're on a website that you've never purchased from before. So they usually have like a size 7 and then the equivalent in the European sizes. So what you want to do is you want to make sure the US size is the same size that you wear in the European size. And if there's a difference, I always go off the European size because that seems to be a little bit more accurate. So that might help you if you're buying shoes online. Tiffany says, I never try clothes on, but I have a terrible habit of not returning items. The thrift store gets a lot of new clothes from me. Tiffany, yeah, I used to have a Poshmark, so a lot of things that I would buy, I would keep if I only wore it once or if I didn't like it when I wore it, I would just throw it in my Poshmark. But these days, I am absolutely 100%, I don't have a Poshmark anymore. So if I buy it and I don't like it or if it doesn't fit, it's going back. And then I always consider it like a credit. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, I'm going to return $50 worth of clothes. So that means I can buy $50 worth of new clothes. I kind of give myself that little reward system for bringing my stuff back. And to me, that always, that's one of the driving forces of taking things back. Susie says, I need to live near you guys. Absolutely. I mean, I wish I could shop with all of you. I think that would be so much fun if we had like a shopping event where I could just hang out with you all and go shopping and be like, give you my advice, be like, no, take this. Oh, no, pair this with that. I mean, truthfully, I just really like looking at fashion and I really like shopping. And whether or not I walk out of the store with it myself is regardless. I would shop for all of you. So major network out there, if you want to make a shopping channel for me and invite my social media platform, I say let's do it. Tiki says, I found you on here and I'm like, this is my people. You are in your tribe, and that's the beautiful part of it. And that's what I always try to do is I try to have my platform be a safe spot where people can just be themselves. There's no pressure to be perfect when you are with me. I mean, this is just me where you can just be absolutely 100% yourself. And that is what makes you beautiful and special. All right, Lauren says, I bought dungarees at Asos, still got them, but they don't fit either, even though it was the right size, but I have big hips and even buy and unbuttoning the sides and still don't fit. Well, that's, you know what? And truthfully, I did my Zara try on and there were a couple of things that I tried on that I'm going to be putting in my video where I'm like, the two buttons couldn't even meet. And then I tried something else on and it was too big from the same company on the same line, on the same denim line. So, sometimes if I buy something and it doesn't fit, I don't take it personal. I just blame them. It's their fault for making it wrong. All right, Tiffany says, hey, today is my 100th day alcohol-free, feeling so good. Yay, me. That is so exciting and congratulations. I say this all the time. Sobriety is a beautiful gift that you give yourself every single day. Every single day when you wake up, give yourself that gift of sobriety. Because if you have an addiction problem, I don't care what substance it is, once you allow yourself the freedom of being sober, it is just like pulling the curtains back and finally living life. And that's one of the reasons why I am so adamant and I am so over the top, is because I felt like, 58 having hot flashes. This is what it looks like, folks. All right. So when I got sober and I was over 50, I'm like, wow, I pulled the curtain back. I could see who I wanted to be. This is what I want. And society was telling me that no, you kind of miss that. You kind of drank yourself past the good years. And I'm like, no, you know what? That's not the case. And I'm going to rewrite this narrative. And anybody that wants to join the party and have fun with me, welcome aboard. We are going to have a great time. And I have never looked back. All right. Tiggy says, I ordered a bunch of stuff from Shein. I'm cruising for my 58th birthday and the 35th anniversary in August. Sizing is all over the place. Tiggy, I'm going to tell you right now, Shein is one of the few companies that I won't buy from. And I know Zara is right on that cusp of the same thing, but I really, they are just so environmentally unfriendly. And I try really hard to thrift as much as I can, but I have never purchased anything from there. And the only way I will buy it is if I buy it from a thrift store. But I mean, I don't have any suggestions for the sizing just because I've never purchased anything there. Tiffany says, yes, it is the best decision I ever made. I wasn't addicted, but it was such a toxic behavior. I'm still struggling with food addiction. I now sport a sticker on my car, sober life equals best life. I love it. Okay, Tiki says, I didn't know anything about them. I just wanted rompers, etc. Yes. And you know what? And that's just the thing is I didn't know anything about them either until I was online and on my platform. And I found through people's, comments that what kind of company they are. And you know what, Shein, if you're out there, you know what, just do better. And that's just the whole thing. They are such incredible fast fashion. That is, I personally, if you want like a romper like that, even though Amazon isn't perfect, I would say look on Amazon and see if you can find something there. Or just, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you, I haven't purchased anything from there. So talking about Amazon. All right, just a little piece of business. I have to disclose this. I am an Amazon influencer, so any purchases made through the links in this post, I shall earn a commission on. There, I am covered. Now let's talk about Amazon. All right, so I went and again, I was on TikTok and I found all sorts of cool things. Now, I'm going to be sharing my screen, but I will be talking about it also. So just so you know, we are going to take a look at some things on what is on Amazon that is trending on social media. Susie, I have been seeing some really weird things about Etsy also, that Etsy has a lot of the people who were making items and selling them on Etsy have now moved over to TikTok. Because according to what I'm seeing, again, I am not the Etsy expert, but according to what I have been seeing is that they were like really pushing like ads and they were just kind of driving out the small creator. So a lot of them have come over to TikTok. So if you don't find something you want on Etsy, actually search it and maybe see if they're selling it on TikTok now. I mean, it's just another option of another place to find something that's unique, and it's another thing to look into. Tiggy says, I love Amazon. I don't have to deal with people. And they're really super easy to return. That's one of the things that for Zara that has just been kind of like shmeh, is that they don't have the same return policy that people like Amazon or Free People have. And unless I return these items to the store, they're going to charge me like $5. And I'm like, come on, that's just you're making a lot of money. Don't charge me money to mail you back your items, but that's a different story for a different day. All right, so let's look at some things that are on Amazon right now that are super cool. And the first thing that we are going to start off with is, okay, so this is called a food hugger. And what a food hugger is that basically it is something that you can put over the top of hold on here, give me 2 seconds. It is something that you can put over like a fruit or a vegetable or a jar, a can, anything like that. And it's actually, see, food hugger. It's actually really cool. And I am all about, again, trying to save the planet one product at a time. And if I can buy something that is reusable, like I buy like bee wax, little sheets that I will put my food in instead of a baggie, or, just anything like that, I do try. And I thought that this reusable silicone food hugger was really cool. Again, you put it over your can. You can put it over the top of a tomato you just cut. If you cut an onion, you can put it over the top of that. And I don't know, again, I thought it was really cool. And I will try to save the universe one product at a time. Now, if you are into the same thing like I am, like using reusable stuff, you can also get a butter hugger. And what a butter hugger is that, Courtney says, I make those beeswax wraps. That's really cool. Courtney, do you sell them or do you just make them for yourselves? I'd be really curious about that. So if you're going to wrap your food, you need to just wrap your butter. And what I mean by that is because have you ever gotten like a stick of butter and you cut off some, Tiffany says, I have to get to work. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for joining, Tiffany. And congratulations yet once again. I am so, hold on. Don't go. Congratulations on your sobriety. All right. So, again, if I make them and give them away, I'll get you some. Cool. That is so cool. Thank you. All right. So, have you ever cut into your butter and been like, I only need half a stick of butter. What am I going to do with the other half? So instead of using a baggie and putting it in a baggie, you can get a food hugger and just cover the tip of your butter. I mean, I think that that's really amazing. Another thing, yes, we are very proud of Tiffany. Another thing that I found that I really like is this little silicone popcorn popper because I'm all about popping. Oh, really quick, talking about addictions and stopping things. I am going on day 3 of no cookies, no cakes, no ice cream. I am breaking the habit of eating sweets after all day long. What I was doing is I would eat lunch or I'd eat dinner and immediately I would be like, what dessert can I have? Or I'd be shopping and I wouldn't even buy food. I would just be buying cookies and cakes and ice creams. And I was sitting here day after day talking to you all being like, I really need to lose 10 pounds, but it just won't come off. Eating a bowl of ice cream. And it got to the point, hold on, I'm going to come back to this popcorn thing. But it got to the point where I was like, Lonni, you remind yourself so much of yourself when you were going to quit drinking. You remind yourself so much of saying you're going to do something and then you never do it. And I tell myself this saying every single time I want to buy a cookie or I want to get some ice cream. But I tell myself my actions have to match my words. All right. If I'm going to say I'm not going to eat cookies and cakes, then my actions have to match that. Just like I said, I wasn't going to drink anymore, and my actions had to match that. So I am on a mission to take control over that aspect of my eating, because I deserve to eat healthy. I deserve to not be, I deserve to not feel this incredible, intense craving to eat these things when I know I don't, when I don't want to. So going on day 3, no cookies, no ice cream, no cake, none of that. Tiki says, I am doing keto, no bread, no pasta, no chips, no sugar. Well, I cut out bread also. So I felt like my body wasn't quite processing bread the way I wanted it to. So I cut that out. Were you following me around shopping yesterday? Laugh out loud. Walked out with all junk stuff. Great job. Big achievement. No, Susie, I wasn't, but I was doing the same thing. Every Monday, I go grocery shopping for the house, and typically I bring Robert and Brandon with me because they buy the stuff they want, I buy the stuff I want, and then they buy the stuff that they want. And I found myself walking back to the shopping cart, and I had cookies, and I had candies, and I had some ice creams, and I was looking at the stuff in my arms, and I'm like, Lonni, no, don't do that. And that is where I came up with the thought of my actions have to match my words. And I went and I put everything back. And I felt so good about that. And then Tiggy says the inflammation benefits will be so great. Yes. And I'm already feeling better. But what I did is I bought a bag of almonds, of like raw almonds. And now when I have that desire to eat a cookie, I just grab a couple of almonds and I just snack on that. And I have the same sort of like hand movement kind of thing. So I'm getting the same gratification of that without all of the sugar. Connie, welcome, my friend. How are you? So getting back to my popcorn, because this turned into something totally different, but I found this really cool silicone popcorn maker. Because popcorn, if you don't have like the heavily buttered stuff, is, I think, a nice little snack for when I'm getting those cravings of I want to sit there and, you know, snack on something. And this is just a really cool silicone popcorn maker. You put your kernels in, you put a little bit of oil, you put it in the microwave and it pops. And then you can pop however much you want, whether you want a whole bunch or if you want just a little, it's up to you. Another thing that I found, I actually bought this one, but I bought myself a new rice cooker because, good dog, Connie. I know, she's so cool. Connie, I got a story to tell you when I'm done. I bought myself a new rice cooker because my old one went out. So I just found myself this really cool Black & Decker 6-cup rice cooker. And when I was looking for rice cookers, I mean, there were so many that were so complicated. I'm like, I don't need my rice cooker to do 42 different things. I wanted to cook my rice. So I found this one. It's pretty basic, but you know what? So far, it's been really good, and it makes good rice. Let's see what else. Ooh, Overtone. I have just bought myself some blue Overtone conditioner. And I think that this is going to be something that I'm going to incorporate for a long time. I don't know. I say a long time, and maybe in a week I'll be doing something different. But with this Overtone conditioner, I use that in place of regular conditioner. And it really just adds a nice pop of color to my hair without it feeling like I'm dyeing my hair. And it doesn't cover like all the gray. So I still have some nice graying that you can see around the colors also. So I was pretty excited about that. It worked just the way I wanted it to. And even if you don't want to use blue, they have all sorts of different colors. They have brown, they have pink, they have purple, they have black, they have orange, they have red. Anything that you want, they have. And so I thought that that was pretty cool. Now, I found this on TikTok and I found it here on Amazon, but these are really cool little caps that you put on your toothpaste and you squeeze your toothpaste and then you don't have to, Okay, Connie, my streaming platform is going to, they don't like all caps apparently. So I think they want to make sure that, I don't know, there's a really word, it's like a spam thing. So, so that's why they tagged you on that. Does Overtone still smell like men's soap? You know, it has to me, it does not have an offensive smell. It always kind of has a lighter smell. And I like the fact that I can use the product and it doesn't stain my hands. I mean, once you put the Overtone in and then you put it in your hair, you look down, you're like, ah, I just dyed my hands. But by the end of the shower, it's always gone. Okay, so these are really cool little caps that you can put on the top of your toothpaste. You squeeze and it just instantly like seals back up. So, oh, that's okay, Connie. It's the program. It's Robert set up my streaming program, and there's like certain things that since I don't have a moderator, there's certain things that it's going to catch, and caps just happens to be one of them. So no big deal. You have nothing to apologize for anything. Okay, another thing I found is I'm all about Crocs. I think Crocs are amazing. And did you know that they have headlights for Crocs? Which I think is really super cool. Because not only can you be the nerdiest person in the room with Crocs, which I am, but you can have little headlights on your shoes and you can find your way around in the dark with no problem. You can just use a bottle of conditioner with the hair dye. You use it in instead of buying that. Oh, you know what? I never even thought about that, Lauren. That is a great idea. Okay, another thing that I found, or I didn't find, TikTok found, but there's a thing called the Turtle Buddy. It says the laundry turtle, all right? And what it is, it's like this hoop with some fabric, and you take it and you scoop up all your laundry into one thing. And because here's what happens. Apparently I have really small arms, but I'll go to grab my laundry. It's all falling out the bottom. And Indy thinks that anything that falls out of the bottom is 100% hers. And I'll end up chasing her around the house trying to get my laundry back. So it's called a laundry turtle, and it's a pretty cool idea. Another thing that I saw is this thing called a solar buddy. And what it is, it's a really cool little bottle that has a sponge on the end, and you fill that full of sunscreen, and then you apply it to like your kids. So if you're out at the pool and your hands are wet, but your kids need more sunscreen on, you just grab this, you unscrew the top, and then you can see right there, they put the sunscreen in there, and then you just rub it on your skin. And I thought that that was pretty cool. You know what? I can remember when the boys were little and trying to reapply their sunscreen, and I had such a hard time doing that. Another thing that I saw are these really cool reusable water balloons. And we all know how bad balloons are for the environment. The plastic gets into places and all of that. And these are like little balls of silicone. You fill them up and they kind of like, it's kind of like an orb, like a little ball. They open up, you put water in them, they close with magnets, and then you throw it at people. And I'm like, how fun is that? I mean, if I were to go to a water park, I would buy these and throw them at people and probably get in trouble. So I would not do that, but it sounded like a lot of fun for the summer if you have kids. Again, they are reusable water bomb balloons. So I thought those were fun. Another thing that I want to show you that I think is really cool, because if you know anything about me, you know that I love RuPaul, all right? The energy is just amazing, and you can get a Chia Pet RuPaul head, which you get your little thing, you put your chia seeds on it, and then it grows into an afro. 100% and obsessed with this. So y'all know that you need a RuPaul Chia Pet head. I've said it and I stand by it. Another thing that I saw is this really cool, it's a stone bath mat. And what it is, it's made out of stone, because it says don't. So let's figure this out. All right. This is made of 100%. Oh my gosh, that is such a big word. It's diatomaceous earth, whatever that is. But what it is, it's this mat, and it's kind of made out of clay, which is from the earth, and it dries super fast. I mean, instantly. If you were to have wet socks and you walk over it, apparently it dries your socks. It's easy to clean, powerful non-slip properties. You can use it where you are getting out of your shower so you don't slip out of your shower. You can put it on your counter. You can do all sorts of amazing things. I had no idea that this thing even existed until I saw it on TikTok. And I'm like, oh my gosh, just the amazing things that you can find. What else did I find? What else did I? Oh, we're going to end with this little neck wand. I have been saying for quite a while how my neck was really bothering me. All right. It was something that it's where I am. TikTok made me buy it. Exactly. Courtney, you know that it's a thing. But I have been slugging my neck. And slugging, if you're not familiar with that, is where you wash your face, you put on your moisturizer, and then you put on Vaseline. Yes, I said Vaseline. And the first time I did it, I was like, I don't know if I like this very much or not. It was just kind of like, it felt weird. And then I'm all like, I don't know, I was really particular about it. I'm like trying to sniff my own face because I'm really it has to have a right texture and it has to have a right smell. And I was like really kind of like hypercritical. And I'm like, I don't know if I like the smell. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it didn't have that. I got over the weird texture and 100%. And I'm always talking about things. I've told you to rub banana peels on your face. I've told you about different products. But I'm 100% going to tell you right now, I have seen a difference, 100%. And where I've seen a difference is I have like a big crease right here. And I have been putting on the Vaseline right there in particular. And I can see it not as prominent as it used to be. And also to my neck. I go to the gym every morning and work out. And what I was doing is I was sitting there and I'm doing my weights. And the only thing I could look at was my neck. And I'm like, Lonni, your neck looks old. Your neck this, your neck that. And I was working out the other day and I'm like, wow, you know what? My neck actually looks better. So I'm telling you right now, it's not a fancy product. It's not an expensive product. But if you want to try slugging your face with just plain old Vaseline, try it. You got nothing to lose. And my skin has been softer. So Susie says Amazon also sells some awesome kernelless popcorn. See, but that's just the thing is I like the kernels. I like it when the kernels barely pop. And then I'm like, and then I wonder why, the dentist is all like, have you been eating hard stuff? I'm like, no, not me. I like those half popped popcorn kernels. It's just my weird thing that I do, but it's what I do. All right, so let's go ahead and get to some comments because, I got to tell you, people never cease to amaze me. In fact, I had to actually block somebody yesterday on TikTok, which I don't have to do very often, but I had to do it. Oh, my granddaughter needs that applicator. Yeah, no, I thought it was really, really cool. It was absolutely, I think, a cool product. Connie says, Connie, you did have something I wanted to come back to. Hi, Lonni. I'm good. I'm doing intermittent fasting. It has already made a difference. See, Connie, I tried intermittent fasting, but what I was doing is I was, as soon as the clock hit, like I could eat, I was gorging myself with all of those cakes, cookies, and candies because I knew that I could only eat for so long and I wanted that sugar. So intermittent fasting might work for me once I get over this whole like cookie candy thing. But for now, I just have to just concentrate on not eating those things. All right. Connie says, Lonni, you actually inspired me to use CeraVe at night on my face, usually on my body, and the skin's glowing. Yeah, using that real heavy moisturizing, whether it's Gold Bond, Nivea, Vaseline, is really making a big difference when you put it on at night and you sleep with it overnight. I'm telling you right now, it makes a difference. I see all sorts of things on TikTok all the time, and they seem a little like extreme or a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But this one, I really am going to stand behind. I'm going to say it works. But Connie, yesterday you responded to a TikTok comment, the one where I had that yellow sweater on, and you're like, you look good in yellow, and I'm like, thank you, Connie. Well, there is somebody who follows me, which I don't understand why somebody would follow somebody and then be mean to them. All right, if you're going to follow a creator that you like. If you don't like me, don't follow me. I mean, it's pretty simple. But she jumped on that comment and she's like, you're old. And I'm like, excuse me. And then she's all like, I'm like, why are you calling me old? I mean, I don't care how old I am. So I looked at her profile picture was a picture of a guy. All right. And her username was somebody's wife. So apparently she has no identity and she has to put a picture of her husband on as her picture. So I'm like, yeah, leave it to an old guy to tell me I'm old. I thought I was funny and witty. And she comes back and she's like, oh my God, you are so old. You can't even figure out I'm a woman. And I'm like, at that point, you're done. I just banned her. You know what? I don't have time for that energy in my life. And she is gone because I don't want to hear people like that. I already say there's enough negativity on social media. I see it. I just don't want to be a part of it. This is a happy channel, not a I'm going to fight with you channel, because I'm not going to fight with you. All right, so let's see what kind of comments we got yesterday. One of the comments says, I have ink. I'm getting more soon. I have also had 5 tattoos removed because I got my first one so young. Which, you know what? Truthfully, I am not one to tell you to not get your tattoos removed. I mean, they're your body. You do whatever you want. But it comes with... I know there's so many bullies, but you know what? A bully can only bully you if you let them. And people like that don't affect me. They don't stop me. I just, like I said, I ban them. I'm not going to argue with them. I was never going to make her a nice person, and I wasn't going to try. So that comment about like, if you have tattoos that you got when you were younger that you don't like anymore, I always refer back to this conversation that I had with my tattoo artist, Austin Maples, which, by the way, if you don't know who he is the most amazing artist and one of the most beautiful souls I've ever met. So I was asking him and I was talking to him, and he's covered head to toe. I mean, my Austin has him from his head all the way down to his feet. And I asked him, I'm like, Austin, do you ever have any tattoos that you regret? And he's like, no. He goes, I don't regret my tattoos. They just tell me where I was in life. He goes, I have names tattooed on me. He goes, that I either don't like them now, or I don't even know where they're at, or I don't remember them. And I'm like, and that doesn't bother you? And he's like, no. He goes, this is my journey. My journey is tattooed onto my skin. And I'm like, that is really cool. That is a really cool way to look at it. And if you're out there and if you have tattoos that you got when you were younger that you're kind of cringy now, if you don't get them removed, don't look at them like a negative. Look at them like, well, this is my journey. And at that time, this is who I was. I am who I am now. And I think if we looked at our tattoos more like that, perhaps there would be less tattoo regret. So I like to think that's the way it would be. Tiki says my first tattoo was so small I can hardly tell it's a ladybug anymore. I keep saying I'm going to do something with it. Well, I have to tell you, my very first tattoo was barbed wire around my ankle that I got when I was 30. Let's do the math. I'm going to be 59 in a couple of months. So that tattoo has been around for a while. And I went through a phase where I was thinking that my tattoo was old looking, or it was kind of embarrassing because it really looked like I got my tattoo in prison. And I was like, maybe I should cover it up. I actually talked to one of my artists about covering it up once. And I didn't, because it has a special meaning to me. So I never covered it up. But the last time I was in getting my calf done with Austin, artists were coming over and being like, oh my gosh, that is such a cool tattoo. And I'm like, yeah, Austin's a great artist. And they're like, no, we're talking about your barbed wire. They're like, that is so old school and so how they used to do the things. It is the coolest tattoo. And all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, my prison yard tattoo suddenly went from being cringy to super like vintage. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm super vintage, and I'm going to be the walking epitome of tattoo styles that used to be in, but they're not anymore, but I still love them. Tiggy, you graduated in 82 or 83? I graduated in 1982 from San Diego High School in Encinitas, California. A little bit of trivia for you, but my mom, my dad, my sister, and I all went to the same high school. And my mom and I actually went to the same elementary school. So we have a lot of history back in that little town. That's right. We are vintage. We are. You know what? And that's just the whole thing. People go vintage shopping all the time. And they're like, oh my gosh, look at this. I found this. This is vintage. In 1972, was the coolest thing. And then when we look at ourselves, we're all like, vintage isn't so cool when it's me. Well, no, I'm just as cool as that old vintage handbag you find. I am the living epitome of what vintage needs to look like. So let's start thinking of ourselves as that great thrift store find instead of something that needs to be put on the shelf and never acknowledged again. Let's see. Okay, I had a question about Sanoderm, and the question was, does this help minimize itching at all as you heal? Never seen it. It's very interesting. Yes, that's one of the perks of using Sanoderm when you're healing your tattoo, is that whole itching process gets alleviated, and it really is like one of the most icky. We all know about the tattoo itch, and it helps alleviate that. Corey Walker says that they missed the stream. Don't worry if you missed the live stream today. I am live every morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I always put the recorded live stream in my link tree up there. Okay. Fea Amante says, I don't do tattoos, but I do appreciate the artistic skills that goes into them. I've seen some really gorgeous artistic work. And my response to her was, I wish more people had this attitude. If more people had the attitude of just like, hey, that's not for me, but I can appreciate what is on your body, I think it would be a much kinder place to live. So either appreciate the simple fact that somebody doesn't have tattoos, or appreciate the fact that they do. Another comment I got was, this was about my buzz cut. And it says, I buzzed mine too at 50. Not only is it freeing, it's easier, quicker, more convenient, and cheaper. It's funny when it gets long enough to grab it, I catch myself saying, ugh, my hair is too long. And that's exactly what I do. I was looking at a video that I was doing the other day when I went thrift shopping, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Lonni, you look like a hippie. Why is your hair so long? And when my hair gets too past its little buzz. I look like a dandelion, all right? I get like this little like poof, and I just have a little dandelion kind of appearance. And I don't think that my dandelion is, I don't think the dandelion is as cute as it used to be. Connie says, just a reminder, Lonni has cool shirts. I bought her tank top and love it. You know, I need to put my shop back up, Connie. I removed it because I was having a little bit of a problem with the company that was making them. So I will definitely put that back up because I have that resolved. I do want to show you something that I got. Thank you, Courtney. So I got this. This company reached out to me, and I had never heard of them before. And they're like, hey, Lonni. Oh, I broke my pen. This is like my favorite pen. They're like, hey, Lonni, we want to send you this. You don't have to share it with anybody, but you can if you want. And I'm like, yeah, sure. This sounds pretty cool because I'm always looking for new sunscreen. And what it is it's called, oh, wow. Holy guacamole, they sent me a bunch of stuff. All right, it's called Vacation. All right, and what this is, it's a new kind of sunscreen that is baby oil, but it has sunscreen. All right, which is crazy because I remember as a kid sunbathing with baby oil and it fried me up like a piece of bacon. Now this has the same concept as baby oil, except it has sunscreen in it, which is kind of really cool. So you're going to have like that same shiny look, but you're protecting your skin while you do it. Oh, Tiggy says, I love Vacation. I got the perfume. Wow, very cool. I had never heard of them before. I got Strawberry Jello Salad Lip Balm, which I'm all about lip balm. How fun! Cool, cool, cool. All right, so I like how they each come in like their own little, like, you know, like when you go to the store and you get a prescription? I think that this is so cool. This is classic lotion. So again, it has SPF 30, which is awesome because if you all know, when, smell it. I love it. Tiggy, you're like, smell it, smell it, smell it, smell it. You all know that I use Mad Rabbit a lot, but I'm always looking for a lotion or a sunscreen that I can wear that doesn't put like a white film on my tattoos. Ooh, this smells just like Hawaiian Tropic. Kind of like, you know, when you, yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay. This has got to be weird. You come on my live and you're like, why is she sniffing her arm? And I'm sniffing my arm because it smells really good. Ooh, yeah, I like that. All right, last thing we got. And you know what, and truthfully, I don't want to be that influencer, and I've said this before, but I don't want to be that person who tries a product and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. I don't want to be like that, but it's pretty cool. So I try to do that in moderation. So I got my little bags, and then this one, ooh, this is SPF 50. So 50 is stronger than 30. So I'll be using the cream like on a daily use. And then if I'm going to be out and about, let's just say, you know, for some reason, I think I'm going to be outside for a long period of time, I will spray on that 50. But it does smell super yummy. So I will put this, I'll find some links to it, and I will put that in the description and in my, my tree up above. But yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Well, thank you, Vacation. You know what? Even if I can't go on vacation, I smell like I'm on a vacation. Again, I think the coolest is this baby oil, because I walk Liberty, not Liberty, Indy, but I walk Indy every day, and I want my legs to get tan, but I don't want to mess up my tattoos. So I'm going to start using that. And then I'm going to have Jello on my lips. So there you go. There you go, son. I'm going to protect myself from it. So that was today's, I got lotion somewhere. I keep on feeling lotion. So that was today's live. I hope that you all enjoyed it. The subject for tomorrow, what we're going to be doing tomorrow is we're going to be talking specifically about free people tomorrow. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about it in a couple of different forms and fashion. I got their catalog in the mail. So I'm going to pick out a couple of things I really like, and we're going to talk about that. Tomorrow, I am actually getting in my car and I'm driving to a Free People store. And I'm going to do a shop along at Free People. And I'm super excited about that. I've been to a Free People store once. I found one a little bit closer, so I'm going there. But another thing I'm going to be doing is we all know that I love Free People, and we all know how the price range of Free People. So what I'm going to do is Tiggy, I have a Free People sundress at Goodwill. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to find some styles I really like. Little sneak peek. For example, I really like that outfit. And I'm going to try that. I'm going to try to find an outfit that's similar to that at a lower price. So not only are we looking at Free People fashion, but I'm going to be trying to find some Free People like fashion that has the same vibe, has the same feel, but at a lower price. And that is what we are doing tomorrow. And until then, remember, be bright, be bold, be brave, be the best you can. Be sure to check later. I am working on my Old Navy. I'm working on my Old Navy shop along. I'll have that posted later today. Tomorrow I'm posting my Zara try on. So I got lots I'm working on. I absolutely love each and every one of you. Connie, you are amazing. Thank you. If y'all don't know, Connie started a TikTok account, and I'm having so much fun watching Connie have fun. And just you dancing and doing your stitches. It's so fun to watch people I know have fun, and I have really enjoyed your TikTok, Connie. It's been really fun. So I will see you tomorrow. TikTok, hang on. I will see you all tomorrow. I love you all, and everybody have the best Wednesday, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Don't go.